Good morning, everybody. This is Elba Cologne. It's Gratitude Friday. Good morning, everyone. It's Gratitude Friday. Today's date is August 2nd, 2018. We're going to have special guest today, Monique Hayes, and we're going to have her come on board. One moment, please, while I'll get her on board. Let's have her on. Good morning, Lyra. Good morning,
I dig the
Monique.
music. Hey.
You dig it?
Yeah.
Thank you. We're waiting for a couple of people to come on board.
Okay.
I think my aunt will come on board here pretty soon. She's from Puerto Rico. Good morning, everybody. This is Elba Cologne coming to you from actually Grandview, Arlington. I'm actually at my office, not like my home office where you guys a lot of times will see me at. I'm actually here at my office. I am a transformational mindset coach, facilitator, and podcaster. Welcome to Gratitude Friday. Today's date is August 2nd. Or August 3rd?
August 3rd.
August 3rd, 2018. Thank you for that correction.
I'm confused too.
If anybody did not know, I am created imperfectly perfect. Right? And today's special guest is beautiful, lovely. I call her and her twin sister kittens, Monique Hayes. She is a master Reiki, or some places is Reiki, other places is Reiki, right? And energy healer. And when I say energy healer, I promise you she is an energy healer. She actually given me a session and I was just sitting there in tears like, oh, because everything she was sharing, I knew, but what she did was affirm and expand more and just brought healing into my spirit and soul and mind during that time. Actually, that was just the other day, Monique, and I'm still like reflecting from
Yeah.
that. Still, another thing is about Monique is that she is a body intuitive, I want to call it teacher, because she right now has a 5-day challenge. I've been watching, been part of that to hear your body. So what I've learned and experienced from Monique is that how you can use gratitude in your life, even use it as a tool for your body to hear what your body
Yeah.
wants from you. So Monique, please take over and tell the world why gratitude matters to the body and what does gratitude mean to you?
Yeah. Hi mom. My mom just said hello. Yeah, so gratitude matters inside the body because the body is always listening. And what I mean by that is we are energetic beings. We are vibrating at a frequency which allows you to be identified as Elba, me to be identified as Monique, the table to be identified as the table, and so on and so forth. We are master translators of frequency. And so when we think positive thoughts, gratitude and joy being two of the highest vibrating frequencies, then it literally shifts. So thoughts have the most impact on our own vibration. So it literally shifts your body into a higher vibration. And when we're in higher vibrations, then we attract more wealth into our life. We attract more, all the good things, like all the good feels, all the good things. And then when we think negative thoughts, the same happens. Then we actually lower our frequency of vibration. We can experience anything from depression, anxiety, just feeling stuck or feeling stuck in a story, victimizing ourselves, etc. So the body is always listening, especially to your thoughts. So what are you thinking on a daily basis and how are they serving you? And gratitude is a huge part of that, because you can literally think yourself into a higher vibrating frequency, which will then attract higher vibrating frequencies to you. So it's like we are the creators of our reality, and it starts with the quality of the thoughts that you're thinking, and gratitude and joy being two of the highest.
That is so beautiful. I'm so glad like you're saying all this because as a transformational mindset coach, one of the first thing I ask people, like their homework on their first day with me, is to create a gratitude journal.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're in a journey together, as a coach relationship. I want their minds to be in a right mindset.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing about frequency is powerful because like I'm just starting to understand that. But now that you explained that, that's even more powerful because people want more out of their life. And I don't mean it like in a selfish kind of way. People just want love,
Yeah.
health, relationship, careers. But but they don't take gratitude serious, and that's why I do this show. This is the whole purpose of the show, is to bring awareness, value, and honor to respect for what it deserves. And I like what you said here, that the body listens. like for example, I know we talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
You had your own personal transformation. Like
Mm-hmm.
though you're young, you went through a lot to get to where you at today. Can you give us a quick picture of your experience, like your own personal healing?
Yeah. So I won't go too much into details because it's years worth of healing, but um, just so I will preface this with the subconscious mind literally dictates 95% of our life. The conscious mind is responsible for roughly 5. And the subconscious mind is forming from the ages of 1 to 7. So if anything is happening in your life, go back and think, what was my life like from ages 1 to 7? Because those core beliefs are just thoughts that we think over and over and over again. Those core beliefs were like basically given to you from the people that you were with, your parents, your caretakers, family, friends, etc., from the ages of 1 to 7. And then the conscious mind starts to take over. But these
Mhm.
limiting, or these core, they can be limiting beliefs, are already within us. And so I will say, like, my experience was my parents divorced when I was young, 5 years old, and so there was a lot of limiting beliefs that I had that I didn't even realize that I had around receiving love, receiving money, and other things that factored into those. So growing up, both my sister and myself, we were the first in our family to, I have a twin sister, for those that don't know, we were the first in our families to go to college. And I had no idea what the fuck I wanted to study in college. So I just went because I thought that this is what I was supposed to do. And this, in our society, this is what we're taught to do. I had really bad body image. I mean, it's being a teenage female in America these days. I don't know many that don't have bad body image, but mine was really bad. And I was a perfectionist, always striving to get straight A's, always striving to be the best at sports, always striving to be the best at anything that I did because my parents instilled those values inside of me. But to my detriment. So when I didn't do, when I wasn't the best, or when I was always thinking of like, oh, well, I need to be here, I need to be there, I'm not good enough yet, it was literally eating me alive. So only my sister knew the issues, the trials, tribulations that I was going through mentally. We were both like pretty depressed. No one knew. And on the outside, everything was fine. So then I went to college, had no idea what I wanted to do, got my bachelor's degree. During college, I went to a school, my group of friends, everyone was like I'm 5'9". Everyone was like 5'5", 5'3", 5'5". So I always felt like the big friend. And when I was younger, me and my sister hit our growth spurts before everybody else did. Red hair, freckles, bigger nose. We had boobs before everyone else did. So it was not fun. So I always had this identity that I was like the fat friend or the bigger friend. So then I became bulimic in college, and just totally my relationships with people, I was always just giving too much of myself with any relationship, platonic or romantic. And I didn't have boundaries. I didn't even know what boundaries were when I was like 22 years old. So I graduated college, had no idea what I wanted to do. So I was like, well, I'm not going to settle for a job that pays minimum wage. So I went back and got my master's because that's what everyone was telling me to do. So I wasn't really listening to myself. I wanted to drive across the country and explore different cultures. But I went back and got my master's. I was highly, highly, highly depressed the entire time I was getting my master's degrees. Still bulimic, had hardcore asthma, hardcore allergies. My allergies were so bad that I would get rashes on the inside of my arms every May. And my asthma was so bad, I guaranteed doctor visits May and September for having emergency breathing treatments done. And then I started breaking out with full body eczema. I played volleyball, and so it was like spandex outfits, and I had full body eczema all over me. It was not fun. So then I started experimenting with my diet, realized that gluten and wheat and dairy were huge culprits, cut those out, helped my asthma, helped my allergies, helped my eczema. So I didn't have those anymore. But then I was still depressed, still gaining weight. When I was working my master's, I got a job that on the outside was awesome. This company hired me. I started interning for them. They created a position for me as a wellness coach for them at one of their plants. And so I took it, was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. The environment was very negative. I had no idea how sensitive I was to energies. So I was just every day becoming more and more depressed. Every day I would wake up like, oh, do I have to do this? Oh, do I have to go here? Every day I would tell my sister, like, this cannot be life. I'm depressed. I don't even want to wake up in the morning. I'm looking for reasons to get out of social events, to get out of work, to whatever it may be. Finished my master's degree, thought that I'm like, I was just putting out to the universe, give me something. I can't do this. Give me something. Still very bulimic, still gaining weight, even though I was bulimic, still obsessing over food, still had poor relationships with those that were closest to me. And every time I would have a conversation with my mom, I would snap at her. It was just snapping at one another. And so then I put it out to the universe. Long story short, went on this retreat, changed my life, realized I had a ton of emotional issues that I wasn't even aware of because these beliefs formed in my body at such a young age. And then came to the understanding that my parents did the best that they could do with what they knew. And so it just allowed me to look at things in a different perspective. And so it really healed my relationship with my mom, really healed my relationship with food. I continued my own healing journey after this retreat, found energy work, and that just kind of was the ribbon on the package. Is just it brought everything together. And for about a year and a half, I have gone on my healing journey. Now I help people heal, and I just realized that it wasn't just the food that was causing my negative thoughts, my very poor relationship with my body, my chronic health issues. It was these emotions that I wasn't even aware of that were manifesting as physical symptoms in my body. So once I worked through those on a deeper level, did energy healing, did cleansing, continue to do it all myself, I am a completely different person. Like, I'm so happy. I love what I do. If you asked me even 2 years ago, if you told me you'll be an energy healer and you'll be able to do psychic readings, I would have laughed in your face. Like, are you kidding me? I don't even know what that is. And now I'm doing it and I love it. I just want to shout from every rooftop in the world that this can literally change your life. And it is the missing piece. We focus so much on the physical aspects of health, which is what I was doing. not realizing that what I could not see, what I couldn't tangibly see, touch, or feel, but like you feel your emotions, you feel other people's energy, but not realizing that those were the factors that were affecting me. And
Mm-hmm.
now that I've shifted attention to those, totally a different person. And I've lost weight,
Absolutely.
I have a better relationship with my body, love what I'm doing. And yeah, so that was kind of longer than I thought it would be, but that's
But
the gist.
and thank you. I appreciate you sharing that story because that's very personal. But I want people to hear that, to see that you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like people, I want people to know that yes, I can share my testimony, my experience, and then with your story to support my experience. It's like anybody just watching the show, like her website, I post her website there. Please reach out to her for energy healing. Like she really, really, really go into you. And the thing is, what I did not know and I learned from you is that, for lack of better words, I just did not know. So when I
Mm-hmm.
thought I needed a session, you're way up north near
Oh,
Akron,
yeah.
area, and I'm way down here in Columbus area. I thought I had to be where you at, and you're like, no, but this is all online. And I was like, okay. But sure enough, like when I was listening back to the session that you did over me, I did what you said, just relax, just listen. And I really felt like you was really right there, taking care of me, like as if. So anybody who's looking for energy healing, please look into her. And she really focused a lot in gratitude. So tapping back into gratitude. So you said that joy and gratitude is the highest vibration. So now we know, from your example, your life, what low vibration looks like: depression, eczema, bulimic. These are some of the things you said.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of depression. So, what does gratitude offers to the body?
Um, so when you are in this loop of negative thoughts, negative emotions, um, your body reciprocates what you're thinking, feeling, and exposing yourself to. Um, so if you are kind of going back to what I was saying at the beginning, if you're constantly thinking negative thoughts and emotions, then your body will lower its vibration to meet you where you're at, where your thoughts are, where
Um,
what you're feeding yourself. Yes, feeding yourself physically is in food, but also mentally, emotionally, from your thoughts and the people that you spend time with. So gratitude in the body, it helps shift. I'm trying to think of how I want to say this without repeating what I said earlier. Gratitude in the body just helps. So we are all composed of these little frequencies of light, called
mhm.
biophotons, and they respond to your thoughts and emotions. So when you can see them on like a thermogenic camera, or whatever those are called, but so your heat signature. So when you think positive thoughts, when you are expressing gratitude, especially first thing in the morning or in the evening, because that's when your subconscious mind is the most active, when your conscious mind is the least active,
Mhm.
within the first like 30 minutes of waking up, 30 minutes to an hour of waking up, and then within the last 30 minutes before falling asleep, you can really brainwash yourself and program yourself into thinking these thoughts. And then you just have to think them enough and more, like think them every day enough, like I am grateful for blah 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 because blah 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 blah. Attach a reason to what you're grateful for. It could be yourself, it could be coffee, it could be fresh water, the sun, having a bed to sleep in. It doesn't even matter what it is. Just getting yourself in that energy and that vibration, that vortex of gratitude will then allow your entire body, your entire vibration to uplift and to raise into this frequency in which you're allowing like health, vitality, prosperity to come into your field. You're welcoming it because you're becoming an energetic match for it. So if you
I
like,
see.
we only allow into our life what we're an energetic match for. So by expressing what you're grateful for on a daily basis, talking to yourself, I love you, I love myself, looking in a mirror, it's a really challenging thing to do, but looking in a mirror and just saying I love you, try saying it once, try saying it 10 times in a row, and then repeating it over and over and over again. It's not as easy as it sounds, but yeah, by expressing that gratitude for yourself, your body, by treating your body like a partner versus a project, it starts to respond in ways that you are wishing it will respond in the first place. So you just have to be gentle with yourself. Keep literally brainwashing yourself into thinking these positive thoughts, and you will have no other option but to get the results in which you are seeking, because you are literally, physically, metaphysically, figuratively, all of the ways lifting yourself up, raising your vibration, which you are becoming a match for all that you desire. I hope that answers your question.
And so, with that being said, because about the vibration, like the symptoms, I guess what I was looking for was what are the symptoms of the body when it's experiencing gratitude, like when we speak into the body, gratitude.
Yeah,
I know
so
my experience with you with the energy. Yeah. So
no,
what are
go on.
like the symptoms? Like, is it I'm happy? Do I
Okay.
rest better? What are the symptoms?
Yeah, definitely. So better balance and harmony throughout your body, less stress. People who are very anxious, who have a lot of fear, worry, doubts, by creating gratitude in your body, by thinking grateful thoughts, and by telling yourself, like staying present in the present moment, then you shift those thoughts to just like an open mind, a clear mind, clarity, confidence. You get motivated as a side effect. You can literally feel expansiveness in your chest. I know in the body talk group, you're in there, if you did the exercise on the first day, you can feel the yes open up your chest or your stomach or your throat, wherever people feel it. But you can literally feel the expansiveness in your body, because when you are stuck in like a negative thought process, then you start to feel it. Your shoulders, literally, people, you can see them, their shoulders are forward rounded, they kind of like look down. It just is from feeling like the weight of the world is on their shoulders. So when you rid yourself of that thought pattern and then you bring in grateful thoughts, then yeah, sleeping better digestion, better higher sex drive, better bowel movements. You start to crave healthier food, because when we're thinking negative thoughts, what do we want? Our cortisol levels are raised high. So when we're thinking negative thoughts and your cortisol levels are high all of the time, your body knows how to lower your cortisol levels, and that's by increasing serotonin. How do you get serotonin, the feel-good hormone? By eating carbohydrates. So what do we crave? We don't crave like an apple. We crave a donut or ice cream, like the fat sweet, or we crave like a bagel. So that's what the body knows, or a pizza, whatever it may be. So then you start to crave these foods, and it becomes a vicious cycle, because you're like, oh, why did I do that? So if you can snap out of that cycle with a pattern disrupt by just saying like, okay, I know what's going on and I don't want this. I do want to feel better, but this isn't going to make me feel better. You start getting yourself thinking those positive thoughts. You're naturally raising your serotonin, because neurotransmitters are in your gut. Here's it. Okay. It said trying to reconnect, but so it hears it. So then what happens is that like I said, the digestion becomes, you start to crave the healthier food that will fuel your body, that will serve your body. And that's going to be different for everybody. And then, you just show up more energetic. You wake up with more energy. You need less caffeine to get you through the day. Your relationships improve. Your communication improves. You experience less physical symptoms. Yes, you have to do the emotional work to work through some of the emotional wounds that we're carrying, but you do experience less physical symptoms, and you start to you understand, you become more present, you have more peace of mind, and it just becomes easier. And whether that is just taking a walk becomes easier, less pain, you may experience less physical pain, you have more ease and relief, and it's just there's just like this zen and harmony through your body. Just every single day, No. Doesn't mean that you're going to experience these things way more frequently. Yes, absolutely. So I hope that that answers your question.
So, Monique, I love what you said about the digestive part, because ever since I have your session, like, especially the 5-day challenge, like anybody who's watching this, go into her website, or not her website, well, that too, of course, but her
It's on my
Facebook
Facebook
page.
page. I'll
She
put the
has
link
a
below.
group page. Yeah, please put the link,
Yeah.
because I want people to go into the Body Intuitive, because this morning, just this morning, actually it happened last night. So I buy these little energy drink, powder drinks, put them in my water. They're from Walmart. They're from Energy C, has vitamin B12. And I was taking them. Some of the flavors are okay, some of them are not. And I took some last night and I was like, And I promise you, when I swear, I thought I heard my stomach say, no, don't drink that. And I'm like, I didn't drink it.
That's awesome.
So I thought I was like imagining stuff, like, okay. So this morning I saw the drink and I looked at it, and I can feel the resistance in my body, like, don't drink that. And I was like, I just dumped the whole thing. I grabbed the box and I just threw everything away.
Wow, that's
And
awesome.
just, yeah, all I did was just listen to the body, and I didn't have that kind of awareness until, like, I had the session with you. Then I went into your 5-day challenge. Another thing too, in regards to the symptoms of gratitude that we feel in our body. So when you was doing that energy healing work, I know I told you this already, but while you were actually doing this session, while I was here, like, just handling my own business, I was meditating. I looked at myself on the mirror, and I said to myself, "Oh, my hair looks all curly, and it looks full." And then I looked at my belly, and I said, "Oh, my belly looks flatter." And then later, I come to find out you was doing the session during that time. And so I know in the session you were telling me that my own personal vibrancy in the area of gratitude is very high.
Mm-hmm.
It's and for evident, obvious reasons why
Yeah.
it's high. But it maybe it was there and I never noticed it before, but my hair was fuller. Another thing too, Monique, about the body is that my digestive, like, I know this is like TMI, but I
No,
had
not
two
at all.
bowels yesterday, which is huge.
That's
And there were
awesome.
healthy bowels.
Yeah. No, I love talking about bowel movements. That's awesome.
But it's just much more, it's, between the energy session, taking in what I know about gratitude, tapping into it, and listening to my body like you are teaching us right now, it has a lot to do with that. Like, I love my body before, like, I had your session. I loved it. I appreciate it. I've done everything. But what I didn't do was I wasn't listening to what
Yeah.
it wants, you know.
Yeah,
So thank
totally.
you. I appreciate that.
Of course.
More. So guys, if you guys are watching this, please like and share this page, because people get to know and love their bodies. That's one of the things I do in my coaching, is a guided meditation to fall in love with them own selves, like with their human being. So please, please, please like this and share this. More people get to listen to their body, care about their body, appreciate and be intuitive, and I think the big word here is connected to their
Yeah,
body.
definitely.
Connected. So I want to share something with you. So here is one of my gratitude journals, and I want to share this with you and everybody. And I appreciate the information you provided about vibration, because it's very deep. So I've been writing gratitude journals now going 9 years. So this book right here is 2012. 2012. I don't know. I would just put, last night I was going through the book and I wrote here on 221 2012. So my background faith is Christianity. So I wrote here, number 3, I wrote here, I'm grateful for a word from God. Let me say, a word from God while in my sleep. I heard wonder working in my dream. I had a
Uh-huh.
dream, and the word I heard was wonder working. As soon as I heard that word, poof, depression went away. Like it just, I saw it just go like that. And then right after that, it says, cease not to give thanks. And that was really big. I put that in quotation marks because cease not to give thanks is a scripture from Ephesians chapter 1, verse 16, where the Apostle Paul was writing to the people. And he says, he was praying and he was saying, I cease not to give thanks for you. But I looked it up in the Bible to see the connection, but really it was just me. I feel like when I read that and what I know today, I believe like that was foretelling my future to what's happening today and telling me like don't stop. Just keep on thinking. Keep on being gratitude. Cease not to give thanks. So I thought I shared that to the world that was 2012 or 2018. That was 6 years ago. And so that means to the world, cease not to give thanks. Is what I want to tell the world with that. So, Melissa, believe it or not, we've been online now 35 minutes. Time goes super
Wow.
fast here. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this. First, let me ask you, is there anything you want to share about gratitude before I go to the next thing?
Yeah. I will just say in relation to um, having a relationship with yourself, I'm all about self-love and learning how to love yourself and creating that relationship and communication with your body. Um, Once you appreciate and you show gratitude for yourself, showing gratitude to who you were for not giving up, showing gratitude to who you are for
Mm.
continuing, and expressing gratitude to who you will be so you can more easily step into that version of you. That is the biggest thing that you can do to improve the quality of your thoughts, your emotions, your relationships, other than like taking steps to heal yourself. But once you show gratitude for yourself, then all of that becomes like a no-brainer. Like, of course I'm going to invest in myself because I fucking love myself and I'm so grateful for where I'm at in my journey. And so why wouldn't I want to invest in myself to continue to grow and continue to evolve, continue to heal, continue to just better who I am as a person. And so once you create that relationship of gratitude with your body and with yourself and with your journey, then everything just becomes so much easier. Everything starts to make sense. All the nonsense, the worry, the doubt, they still come up occasionally, but are they a huge part of your life that like they maybe once were? Absolutely not. So to definitely just, if you don't know where to start, just start with what you're grateful for. If you can't find anything that you're grateful for, just focus on if your hair looks good that day, focus on that until you notice something else. Focus on something else. Focus on how far you've come from where you once were and just keep moving forward.
Monique, you are my 33rd interviewee, and you're the only one of all 33 talked about, okay, and I'll try to say this without crying, but you're the only person that said how vital the importance of gratitude for oneself. Like gratitude for the past, for the present, and for what you're going to walk into. And that is so beautiful. So
Yeah,
thank you for sharing that. I think
of course. Yeah.
we forget, we forget.
Yes, and
So,
that's just one more thing. That's one thing I see a lot is we're so focused on just doing the day-to-days, getting through the day-to-day because we have to take care of our family. We have to take care of our friends. We have to take care of work or whatever it may be. What we don't put the puzzle pieces together that if we're taking care of ourselves, just bettering ourselves alone, we're giving others around us energetic permission to step into their full authentic version of themselves, to raise themselves up to be the best version of themselves, which will then impact their family and friends, and they're going to impact their family and friends. And it's literally, we're creating this wave. Like, think of it as a baseball game. One or two people start the wave, and then pretty soon 5 people join, pretty soon 50 people join, pretty soon 500 people are doing the wave. So it's like, when you shift to better yourself, in order you better yourself, and then that betters the community around you, those closest to you. Like, that is what I want people to take home, is that the more work you do in yourself, you're more improving everything else. You have permission to do it. That's it.
And a lot of, yes, it's a ripple effect.
Yes.
Right? It's a ripple effect. And, or
Totally.
like you said, the wave, like the baseball game. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I believe that too. Yeah. So, what I want to say, there was something I wanted to say to that. I just hope through this, no, I don't hope. We're all, Facebook world, like and share this. You heard what she said. Just create that baseball wave. And it starts with gratitude, and it starts with being gratitude for ourselves. So, Monique, you don't know, I don't know if you know, but I know the power of what you just shared right there. It is. I'm so glad you reached out to me and asked me to be on the show, and I'm like, the time will be perfect, and I can't. This is so perfect right now with everything. So thank you.
Of course, thank you.
So I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask you the last 3 questions that I ask everybody. And so I'm going to ask you the first 2. And then after the first 2, I'm going to stop and tell you why I'm asking you the third one. And then I'll ask the third question, okay? And that's how we'll wrap it up. And then you'll share us your information, okay?
Okay.
So the question is, what are you grateful for today and why?
Today I'm grateful for myself. I don't think that sounds selfish, but a few months ago, I experienced my own major mindset shift. And as I was journaling this morning, I was just reflecting on how far I've come. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to help other people become the best versions of themselves, and to create that line of communication with themselves, and to really get to know themselves for the first time, breaking through limiting beliefs and breaking through barriers. So I'm just really grateful that I had the courage when I was 25, I'm 27 now, when I was 25, to go on this journey, because it has totally transformed everything, and I hope to help others transform as I have. And obviously, I'm grateful for you for allowing me to come on here and share this message. I think everyone needs to hear it and to understand, even if you don't fully understand it at first, but just to hear the words can be so helpful.
Just trust, please. If interest you, but you don't know, just trust. Like, we know what we're talking about. Like, I know what I'm talking about. So please, like, when I read that journal and I said that wonder working, that must have been the last time I could remember experiencing that depression. And what that depression looked like is like this dark cloud over my head.
Yes.
And I haven't had that. I'll get sad naturally because I'm human, but not depressed where I was depressed like 3 to 6 months out of a year.
Yes.
And I will come out of it for 3 weeks, and then I will fall back.
Yeah.
And and I never took medication or nothing, but I did a lot of like personal self-development work
Yeah.
to face the day. But it's a lot easier if you don't have that cloud over it. It's a lot easier to handle life if you don't have the cloud over me,
Yeah.
you know. So the last question, connecting that to personal self-development is that when I did practice personal self-development versus today, which I call expanded consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
is that I used to do daily affirmations. I would say, I'm happy, I'm joy, I'm love. And but I would say that I will fake it till I make it because I didn't believe in myself.
Yeah.
Well, the gratitude journal, one day this year, early in January, I think, I looked at all my journals, and I noticed all the blessings, and I asked myself, wow, why am I getting all these blessings? And what I realized is that those blessings were affirming of who I am. So it's like, oh yeah, of course, I am happy. That's why I got that. Or I am joy and I am love. And no one could take that away from me. Not even my haters could take that from me. Not even my own ego could take that away from me about my affirmation about who I am, because my blessing is the evidence of who I am. So you said today that you are grateful for yourself. And it sounds to me, one is because you had the courage to have that mind shift that you had today to support you to heal yourself and now transform yourself. And now you're doing that work on others so that they could see for the first time, be the best version of
Yeah.
themselves and see for who they are. What's that say about who you are? So who are you? What's your daily affirmation that's connected to that gratitude?
Yeah. My daily affirmation is I am Monique Hayes, powerful healer and catalyst for transformation and change. That has been my daily affirmation for a few months, thanks to one of my mentors. And um, I always start off with just, I am so in love with myself. I am so in love with my life. I get to create my life. I get to have the experiences in which I desire to have. I know that there's abundance and I know that I am willing to receive it. I am open and available to receiving. My heart is open to receiving. Um, so I do say different ones every day, but just really
But
owning.
for this one particular blessing, give me
Yeah,
one. I
so
am
really
what?
owning who I am. So I am Monique Hayes, powerful healer and catalyst for transformation and change, and I'm grateful for her. Really stepping into that identity and owning that is the one affirmation that I do. So I would recommend to people is to really like who do you visualize yourself as, the best version of yourself, and then write it down and then repeat it every single day and step into that version of yourself.
Beautiful. So so is it okay for this moment, for this one blessing, because so people can see the link, that blessing to your affirmation. Is it okay to say this blessing that you got, which is yourself, for the courage to have the mind shift? And so that is, I am Monique Hayes, and that's it.
Yeah.
Would that be okay with you? Because like because if somebody wants to know anything about me, it's like I'm Elba. That's all you need to know. I know I'm so mean sometimes, but really, like I'm Elba. I was, that name was given to me when I was born, and when I die, it's going to die with me, Elba.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think that just saying like I am Monique Hayes or I am Elba is very powerful if you know the definition that comes behind that name. Like ask me 4 months ago, I wouldn't have said I am Monique Hayes, powerful healer and transformation and catalyst for transformation and change. I wouldn't have owned that. But now that I can own it and I can step into that fully without second guessing myself, then yeah, that is who Monique Hayes is. But if you are someone who is still questioning that, then I would say ask yourself, who is this the best version of you? There are no haters, there are no limitations, there are no anything. There's just, what do you want yourself to step into yourself as? Who do you want to be? Who is that best version of yourself? And then write that down until you fully can embody it and trust yourself that that's who you are. And then you can start with just saying like, yeah, I'm Monique Hayes. And okay, who is Monique Hayes? It's just a given that I am a powerful healer and catalyst for transformation and change. That's just a given now. But until I fully owned that, I repeated it after my name.
And which you do own it too, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you are, Monique Hayes. Yes, you are. Well, Monique, thank you for today for this show. This has been so powerful. I think this is all my shows are good, and they all have personalities.
Yeah.
All my shows, they're all different with different backgrounds, but this one has power. This has a lot. And you're a kitten. That's the thing. Kitten, lion.
Cats are natural healers.
Right. So Monique, tell the world where they can find you.
Yeah, so obviously Facebook is the easiest. So my name is just Monique Hayes on Facebook. I think my handle is Monique Hayes 78, I believe. Instagram, I'm Monique Hayes Healing. My website is moniquehayeshealing.com. So either three of those are perfect to reach out to me, to interact with me, to learn from me. I'm always looking for what people want to know, what they want to learn, so I can provide more information onto it. But yeah, Facebook and my website, they are the best.
Thank you. Thank you. So again, this is Elba Colon coming to you from my office, not office, home office. I'm talking about real office. I'm a transformational mindset coach, facilitator, podcaster. You just experienced the beautiful Monique Hayes. Please check her out at her website. Stay tuned for next Friday. Next Friday, we will have Christian House come on board. He's a world-renowned violinist. So that's going to be interesting because we talked about energy healing today. And next week, we're going to talk about music and how gratitude plays a role with music. So gang, Monique, send a kiss to the world, okay? On the count of 3. Ready? 1. Get ready because we're going to kiss. 2. 3.
Sending lots of love.
Thank you.
Thanks, Elba.